modern master craftsman was how the Dutchman was described on the radio this morning by the Gunners' former Cup hero Charlie George, who played for both clubs. But if Derby have devised a way of curtailing Bergkamp's influence, they won't have to worry about the midfield presence of Vieira, who is suspended, or Petit, who's still injured. Ray Parlour, who took that infamous throw-in the last round here, moves away from the touchline in today's formation, and the 21-year-old Swede Fredrik Ljungberg makes his first appearance since he was injured in December. And after their spirited draw at nearby Tottenham last week, Derby are forced into changes. Carbonari and Dorigo are injured, Bohinen absent because his wife's expecting, but Igor Stimac is back from suspension, Daryl Powell returns on the ground where he last scored for Derby, and Jim Smith boldly goes with three out-and-out strikers, Sturridge joining up with Wanchop and Burton. In his 30 years of management, the Derby boss has never been closer to the FA Cup final than he was here at Highbury 7 years ago, when his Portsmouth side led Liverpool 3 minutes from the end of extra time, but eventually lost on penalties in a replay. Steve Dunn is the referee for the only sixth round FA Cup tie now being played today. Arsenal the holders from left to right in the first half. Derby in a change strip of amber shirts and blue shorts. Hughes with the first forward ball for Arsenal, then with the sliding challenge. Now Paulo Wanchop early on for Derby. And Sturridge on this side of the penalty area, hoping to get in behind Dixon, who headed it back. Aranio looking up. It's a decent ball, and Sturridge is coming in here for Derby, and Wanchop with a chance to turn and shoot. And it's the first real goal attempt of the game. Own back pass. Moment of alarm for Arsenal, and Derby aren't finished here yet. This is Dion Burton. Well, a bit more pace on that, we would have had an own goal. Here's Pryor though. Anelka beat him, and he's off now with Bergkamp ahead of him. On this side is Ljungberg. Here's Bergkamp. Can Carsley get to him to force him out? Well, in fairness to Bergkamp, wasn't quite the usual quality of his first touch. He applauds the pass. Martin Keown, what on earth was happening there between him and Seaman? The ball bouncing in front of Wanchop. Keown heads it precisely over his own goalkeeper, but because there's not too much pace on the ball, there he is to collect it in the 6-yard box. And it was driven with swerve as well. Vivas to Winterburn. Overmars, and Ljungberg arrived, but Schnur saw the danger. He it was who conceded the corner, for which Keown and Adams are on their way forward now. Overmars will take it. The flick on by Ljungberg, and Anelka's in the crowd. It's coming out to Ray Parlour, and that goes through the crowd and wide. Kanu comes on. The Nigerian international who was signed from Inter Milan, and in the last cup tie, or the last cup round, of course, it was his run that created the circumstances against Sheffield United, which caused a replay. And here's Ray Parlour, who was also involved in that incident, and he's done well there. This is Bergkamp. Kanu. Bergkamp. Anelka! Couldn't steer the header away from the goalkeeper. And away by Stimac. The closest Arsenal have been. Anelka can't quite believe it. Bergkamp shook off Carsley for a moment here, well, sufficiently to give Anelka a shooting chance. He hits the post, and then it's cleared by Stimac. Parlour to Vivas. Tried to get Overmars in. Here's Winterburn to Parlour. It's all Arsenal at the moment. Has been for most of the second half. Kanu, Dixon's joined the attack. Lee Dixon with a screamer. But Parlour here makes all the play. He's got good support. Overmars stretching the goalkeeper. Corner. Plays it back to Dixon. It's too long for Tony Adams and for Vivas. He's got a second chance. That's Kanu. Winterburn. Vivas. Looking for Bergkamp. Anelka's coming in far side. Bergkamp looks at the referee, who doesn't respond. And it's Powell for Derby. Well, Jim in the middle. And it's come off Pryor and Holt between them. Not sure who called who, but Derby kept the ball out from Bergkamp's cross. It's a close one, this, because he gets down to the line almost, and it's Pryor really who clears. It's a corner to Arsenal. Adams forward again. Keown is up. This is Adams. This is Keown. Oh, and a chance there, and it's there. Kanu. And they've scored in the very last minute. Would you believe it? As the corner comes in, it's first of all Adams, then it's Keown, and then Kanu turns, and the Nigerian here, having come on as a substitute, has swept the ball past Holt. There was an appeal here by Derby, whether it was for offside or handball, but Kanu has scored in the 90th minute, and Derby's cut clean. They've gone across to the linesman. They're all appealing, the Derby players, that when the ball was knocked forward the last time there may have been an offside, and Steve Dunn's gone across and there's a yellow card been shown and a red card, and one of the Derby protesters is off. It's Sturridge. A red card for protesting. Sturridge is off, having previously been yellow carded. He continued the protest to the linesman, and it's all gone wrong for Derby in the 90th minute. Kanu, who made headlines of a different sort in the last round when he ran on from the throw-in and made the goal against Sheffield United, has scored a goal here of what might prove to be just as great significance. Arsenal, the holders, are through to the semi-final, and Derby County, having held out for 89 minutes, are eliminated by a goal from the Nigerian Kanu, who'd come on as a substitute and finally breached the Derby defence, although they appealed desperately for an offside, and Sturridge was sent off as part of the protest. It all ends well for the holders, but it ends sadly for Derby, whose game plan worked so well for so long. But in the end, they just couldn't hold out in the 90th minute, and Kanu, who made the headlines perhaps for other reasons in the last round, will certainly make them for the right reasons this time round.
To pass the